What's up, my fellow retro gamers? My name is Bobby, if you don't already know. Now, most of you do. But what I have coming at you this evening is a Wii tutorial. And what I'll be going over with you on is the Sega Emulator for the Wii. And I'll be showing you where to grab up all the files, where to place all the files, so you guys can really get this thing up and going. Now, most of you already know how to do this. It is quite simple. But believe it or not, guys, there are people out there still having problems. I was actually asked to do this tutorial as well as that Nintendo 64 tutorial that I did recently. And I'll tell you the truth, I am so glad that this person actually asked me to do this tutorial, guys, because yesterday when I was going over this tutorial, I actually learned something by accident. I cannot believe it. As long as I've been fooling around with this emulator, I actually learned something when somebody asked me to do a tutorial on it. So that's really cool. It was actually going over the cheats. So not to be mean, but I hope you guys don't know how to do this. That way I don't feel stupid at the end of this tutorial. You know. But yeah, I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. Really couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. But it's so cool. But yeah, I'll be going over the computer. Y'all know how I do my tutorials already. Y'all know how to do it. I go over to the computer, I'll show you, I do my thing there, and then I'll hop over to the Wii and do my thing there and show you guys, you know, how to get it all set up. So, yeah. Let's get started, guys. I'm going to hop over to the computer, and y'all follow me over there, and we'll just jump right on this. How about that? Cool. Alright. Alright guys, so now we're all set and ready to go with this computer portion of our tutorial here. Now, as you well know, last week I was in the Nintendo 64 spirit doing that tutorial. This week I'm in the Sega Genesis spirit, and I have some really cool music playing in the background here from the Sonic & Knuckles soundtrack. Really jam up music, so I'm really pumped to get this tutorial out to you guys, as well as this download that I archived for you guys, dealing with the cheats and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right into this, guys. And the first site that we're going to go to is a site where we're going to grab up all of our files. Now, what I have archived here is everything you need, guys, and I'm going to start doing it this way, so it's easier on you guys as well as me. It's easier for you guys simply because you don't have to go to different sites and download it everything. Okay. As for me, in the past I've had broken links and I had to go back to different sites trying to find all this stuff, and I had to go back and edit my description and upload these new links and all that stuff. It's really a pain in the butt. So all the way around it's just better for everybody to do it this way. So yeah, that's the way it's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and download this bad boy here, and I'm going to save it to the desktop. I don't know what all that junk is. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead with the extraction here. Let's see what kind of goodies we have. Okay. So this is what we got, guys. These three files here, the zip files, these are the original files that I have downloaded from these different websites here. And I'm going to show you where I got them from. And they will also be in the description if you want to visit them, but you don't have to. This particular site is where I got my my emulator from, as well as my Game Genie Codebook. As for the cheat code pack, I didn't download this one. I went to a ISOZone site and downloaded it here, simply because, guys, this particular cheat code pack only contained the Sega Genesis games in there, but there were, and also there was only upwards of like 300 and something cheat files in there, as where this one here has 503 Sega Genesis files. And not only that, but it contains 204 Sega Master System, as well as 119 Game Gear cheat files. So this is really a better deal all the way around. So yeah, I went with this one. But like I said, all these links will be in the description, so don't worry about that, guys. Okay, so let's just start with the basic
installing the emulator first deal here. I'm gonna open my SD card up here, as well as my hard drive. Okay, so this is our emulator right here, guys. This contains our boot.dol and all that stuff in there. What you do is you simply, if you got an apps folder on your SD card, you simply just drag and drop this over right into your apps folder. Since I've already got mine, I'm just going to skip the files. Simple as that. As for the Gen Plus, you simply just drag and drop it over onto the root of your SD card, just like that. And since I've already got mine here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to skip that file. Not only do I have this Gen Plus folder on my SD card, but I also have it on my hard drive. Why? Simply because on your SD card, your emulator is going to look for your BIOS and cheats here. Alright? Now, unless you're going to boot your games up from here, you have to create a ROMs folder, and then you would place your games in here also. But since I boot my games up from my hard drive, that's why I gotta have this folder over here, guys. I really don't need none of these other folders. I just need a ROMs folder, but I just they don't take up no space, and I just leave them in there. But here's all my games here. Now this particular emulator don't emulate, or it's not compatible with the 32X. I simply got these in here as for like a backup, because I do play these games on my phone. I wish they would actually port that Pico drive over onto the Wii, man, so we can play games like this on a Wii. But until then, it's impossible. I do play it on my PSP and my phone, so really cool games in there, guys. But what this emulator does support is the Game Gear, Sega CD, Sega Genesis, SG-1000, and the Sega Master System. Now, these shoot 'em ups, they're the Sega Genesis. I just kind of I wanted to be a little more organized. I didn't want to have to go through and find all my favorite shmups through a big list like that. So I just divided them up like that. So that's that. Anyway, so I think that'd do it on the hard drive for right now. Anyway. Oh, and two, this Gen Plus folder, guys, if you ever want to start fresh and you extract your emulator from here, it will not contain the Gen Plus folder. It's not only until you first boot up your emulator that this folder here is created, and you will only have 5 folders in there: the BIOS, cheats, and saves, and so on. But this particular archive, I've done everything for you, and included the BIOS also. You don't have to go around looking for all that stuff either. And you won't need the 32X BIOS, but if you do play on your phone or your PSP, you will need these 3 right here. That's your Genesis, Master, and Slave right there. That's the ones you'll need. Now, let's go ahead and we'll, oh yeah, I've also included the WAD. This will create a channel for you right here, guys. Now I use the WAD Manager 1.7, and I use iOS 236 to install this particular WAD, and it works just fine. Y'all shouldn't have any problems. Okay, so that's that. Now let's hop on over to our cheats now. Here's our cheats folder here. Within the cheats folder, you have 5 more folders. You have your Sega CD, Game Gear, Mega Drive, Master System, and the SG-1000 folder. And if you're using the Sega Genesis cheat files, they will go into the Mega Drive right here. And of course, if you're using the Sega CD, of course, go there, Game Gear, and blah blah blah, just hold down. Alright, so that's that. So, let's get into our book here. This is the Game Genie Codebook. Let's open it up. This is really cool. It's really clean looking, guys. I just love this to death. Over here is your options. It has your introduction. It actually has what the Game Genie actually is, how to enter codes, your troubleshooting, all that good stuff. But down here, here's your codes, 0 through C, D through H, I through M, N through R, S, T through Z. Let's just go ahead and we'll click on one of these, 0 through C. And let's click Batman. Just pick any game. This will bring up all the codes here. You can go in the emulator, you can type them in if you want, or you can just simply come down here and save this entire file as a PAT file. Now that's what the emulator looks for. That's the extension it looks for anyway, the PAT for your cheats. So make sure they're PAT files. And we'll go ahead and we'll click this here. Click save file, hit OK, and wherever you want it to save to, just hit save. And you're done. That's it. We'll back up out of this. There's our file there, and that's the code book. I mean, it's pretty cool, guys. It has, I don't know if it has every game in there, but it's pretty doggone close. So pretty handy, really handy. All right, now as for our Fusion cheat code pack. This contains all of our Game Gear codes, which was like 119 of those. Sega Genesis, which was like 503 of those. And our Master System, which was like 204 of those. So, I did add, guys, too, there's a PAT to TXT extension changer BAT file. This is a BAT file that I also used in my WeFlow video. And doing the bulk extension changing. So what you can do, simply just copy and paste that BAT file in here, and you simply just highlight every one of your files except for the BAT file. Then you would double click on the BAT file, and it would change all of these to a text file. And then you can actually go in there and you could delete some of the cheats. You can add some more cheats within that file, and then rename it back to a PAT file, and go from there. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and add a cheat because I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have the Castlevania yet, so I'm going to go with that as an example. Right here. So we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it right in there. Alright, and another thing, guys, I want to bring up to you real quick. Go in here. Alright, let's look for Castlevania. Alright, Bloodlines right there. Make sure, in order for these cheats to show up, your cheat file has to be named the exact same as your game name right here. As you can see, it does have the USA at the end of it, as well as this one right here. So make sure, guys, it don't matter if you want to go with California games. Make sure either you have to make sure that it's named the same exact as you see here, or your game has to be named the same exact as you see here. Either way, they both have to be named the same exact name. Alright, so that's that. And yeah, well, that's that. And the Batman, let's see. They got Batman in here too. Right there. There's the Batman there. If I want to, I can simply just drag and drop this in here. And what I would do is I simply hit rename here, copy, rename, paste, and that's that. Now that will show up, no problem. Okay. Oh, and another thing, I was telling you earlier, guys, that I found something out new. Sometimes I've run into a couple games that when you drag these files over, they will not show up. Even if you have it named correctly, they won't show up. So what you have to do, you have to go into the emulator, just create some random like 4-digit, some random little code or whatever like that. Just so the emulator will create a PAT file. I guess it creates a config, some kind of like a directory or whatever, showing that particular game has a cheat file there. Then you can go back to your computer, simply delete the PAT file that your emulator created, and then just simply replace it with that one. That's all you got to do, and then it'll show up. But yeah, that's what I found out, and it works really well. So that's that. Okay, so that's good, guys. We got our cheat file in there and all that good stuff. Now I'll go over to the Wii, and I'll show you my settings, and I'll show you the cheat codes and all that good stuff. So let's go, guys. I'll meet you over there at the Wii. Alright, guys, let's do this. Alright, so as you can see, guys, I do already have the Sega channel installed. But for those of you who do not know how to install a channel, I'm going to go ahead and delete this one and go through WAD Manager step by step and show you how to install a channel. Alright, so here we go. Alright, there we go. Erase. Alright, so our channel is deleted. Now we'll hop on over to my WAD Manager. And just to remind you, I'm using WAD Manager 1.7. Alright, so to start it off, we want to hit the A button, and this will bring up our options to choose which iOS to use. I use the 236 to install my WAD. Then it'll bring up your options, your source device option, wherever you put your WAD file at, which mine was on the SD card. So this is my option here that I would choose. You can choose the USB mass storage device or the 2.0 mass storage device. SD Gecko slot A and B, whatever that is. So this is the option I'm going to go with, so I'm going to hit the A button. Now it brought up my SD card. Now I'm scrolling down to my WAD folder where my WAD file is at right here. And I'm going to my WiiWare folder and scrolling down to my WAD file. I wanted to apologize, guys, earlier on the computer when in that archive, in that WAD folder, I had the wrong WAD file in there, guys. I had this one here, the Gen Plus version 2. That was the wrong one, actually. It's supposed to be the Gen Plus GX iOS 58 Beta 3. That's the one it's supposed to be in. I've already got it changed on MediaFire site, so no worries there. But I just wanted to apologize about that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the A button on that one there. Hit the A button again to install. Alright. Now we're going to hit the home button to boot out of WAD Manager. Alright, now we're going to scroll over to our channel here. Yeah, let's just boot right into it real quick. And just to let you guys know that I've been having trouble with my recorder, so this part of the video may be a little crappy. I can't keep anything working right around here, so just bear with me on that. especially during gameplay. I don't know what's up with that. I tried this earlier and it just didn't do right at all. I couldn't get it right. So hopefully this time it'll be different. But the first thing you want to do is go into options, guys. System menu. This is absolutely optional, guys. You don't have to go in here whatsoever. I just changed my system boot. I like the BIOS and cart. You can choose your BIOS only or your cart only. I like to use both. I like to see my BIOS come up before the game and all that good stuff. So that's why I chose that. All right. Absolutely optional, guys. No need for that. As for the video and sound, I didn't do anything in these two right here, so just skip those. The controls, I did. Want to make sure that you see this right here, the two controllers. Alright, whether you're using the Wii Remote or the GameCube controller, you want to use this. Alright, you have a few other options here, but just make sure that you have these two shown. Alright, then you go up to player 1 here and hit the A button, and it'll bring up 3 more options. You can choose your pad type. I think this is like the 3-button pad, and that's the 6-button pad, or vice versa. But this is the one I use here, and it works. It works just fine. Input device, either the Wii Remote or the controller like this right here. Keys config. You can actually come down here and reconfigure your mappings, remap your controls on your controller. Alright, remap your buttons on your controller, whatever. But that's it. It's pretty simple, not that bad. As for the menu here, auto cheats, I just leave those off. Simply because I like to choose which cheats I want on and off, and I can go in there and just turn them on and off if I want to. That's it. ROM load device, wherever your games are at. Mine's located on my hard drive, so my option right here would be USB. Your option, if you're booting off the SD, would be SD. I don't know who would use DVD. I don't know, but I don't know. Anyway, USB, and that's it. All these other ones just leave alone. Now, go to load game. You have options here to load Game Gear, Sega Master System. You can load all the games from just one option here, but you'd have to fumble around, kind of search for your games and all that stuff all the time. I like to do when I hit SD1000, I want my SD1000 games to boot up, and here they all are right here. Game Gear, all right here. Master System, all right there. I don't have Mega CD. Wait a minute. I do have Sega CD, but that's not the same. But anyway, I done messed up. I'll go back in ROM. Okay. All right. Mega Drive. Here's all my games here. But when you first get into this, if you chose SD card, your SD card will show up here. This is my hard drive here. You simply just create a directory to your games. Mine's in the Gen Plus folder, and then I go to the ROMs folder and Sega Complete and Complete number 2, and there's all my games that I use for Mega Drive. Alright. So the game I was going to give you an example of was Castlevania Bloodlines. That's the cheat file that I installed. I was going to show you. So we'll go ahead and go into Bloodlines. Alright, there's my BIOS. Okay, right here guys, you want to hit your home button on your remote. Alright, here's your cheats here. You want to select your cheat. Here's all your different codes right here that pulled up. You can use your D-pad like it says down here. You can view text or view the description by using the D-pad. You can enable cheats by the plus button or delete a cheat by the minus button here. Use the D-pad, hit right, and this will bring up your description of that certain code here. Alright, so we're going to go with invincibility. I'm going to hit the plus button, and you can also hit the plus button to unenable it. Alright, so, or disenable, whatever you want to say. Super high jump, I want to select that one also. So once you got them selected, just hit the B button on your Wii remote to go back out, and hit the B button again to go back to the game. Okay, so here we go. Ruins of the Castle Dracula, Romania. I just love this game to death. Man, this game is just so cool. It really is. Alright, so let's try out our high jump. Whoa! Good deal. So we definitely don't have no problem with jumping. We definitely that sure enough works. Let's check out our invincibility here. Oh yeah. I tell you what, no stairs needed on this one. Check it out. Alright, so that worked. Now, what's cool is you can actually go, during gameplay, you can actually go back out to cheats and disable cheats. And then, two, if you get to a hard part in the game where you can't get past, you can simply go into cheats, enable invincibility or infinite health, and help you out a little bit getting through it. So that's pretty neat, guys. It really is. So let's go back out. Alright, so here the cheats are, and we'll go into our cheats here, and we're going to disenable the high jump and also invincibility. And we'll go back out. And also this thing has save states too, guys. You can actually go here. I got a save state here already. You actually hit the A button and you can actually load that save state. Or you got another option here too. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It's got everything, so no big deal. Alright, so you hit the B button to go back out. Okay, so now we're going to see if we have the high jump, which we don't. That's good. See if we're invincible, and we're not invincible. So that's pretty cool, guys. You can go in during gameplay and just turn on and off cheats and stuff. It's pretty neat. So that's the tutorial, guys. Pretty much. I hope you guys learned something on how to get this thing going, as well as the cheats. I'm just going to leave y'all with that. That's all I can say. I hope it helps you guys out. And I hope to see y'all in the next tutorial or let's play. And y'all watch out for me for those. And I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of the night. And y'all take it easy. And keep gaming. And this is Bobby signing off. See y'all guys later.